Yo, I'm not gonna lie, yo. We got another vid, yo. Today we got Birdie and the Duck. College makes no sense. Now, like, I'm in college myself, so like I wanted to see how relatable this is, cause like college does make no sense, brother. It's like classes are pointless and shit like that. I don't even know, but we gonna see what Birdie's talking about. Make sure you check him out after the vid. I'm gonna leave him down below, type shit. Check me out on the YouTube, TikTok, where I post other types of content over there. Trying to grind this year, bro. Like, you know how it is, man. But other than that, let's go.
College. As somebody who is now a college veteran, I could say with 100%
I just started
certainty,
I'm in my second semester in my first year, though. It's about to be over in 2 months, bro. This shit crazy, bro. This first semester, or this first year of college for me really went by fast as hell, bro.
that it definitely has its pros and cons. There's a lot of ass things about college, but there's also some things that can be good about it. Like, for example, you could join a club, get involved, whatever, but at the same time, you could have nights where you have 7 assignments due and you have to do the greatest crunch of your life. And since now I'm in my final year of college, I figured I'd make a video going over some things I wish I knew before going. And the journey all begins with the application process. Now, during this time, I was really supposed to sit there and ponder about...
My application process was ass, bro. It's cause like I applied to like 4 different schools or whatever. I got into one, but that one was like 14 hours away. I was like, hell no, I'm not doing that. And then the college I'm at now, like, they said I was denied at first because I didn't make the GPA requirements, even though I did. So I had to like go to this little event thing and then talk to them. Like, I had to talk to like the school and stuff, and I had to show them my actual transcripts, and they were like, "Oh, that's our mistake. We messed up." And then the next day, bro, they sent me a thing. They were like, "You're like accepted and shit." And then I get accepted, but then my financial aid got all fucked up because like when I applied, like, it was all messed up. So I didn't have my financial aid at first, so I couldn't pay my shit. So I had to call the financial aid office and shit. And she was like, "Was there like a problem when you were enrolling and got applied and stuff?" I was like, yeah. She's like, "Yeah, that's the problem." And then they had to send me my other financial aid, and so they put me on like a course protection drop program because I couldn't pay for the classes and stuff. And then yeah, but we here now type shit.
What school I wanted to go to, and also about what major I wanted to pick. But let's just say I did not do that. I just went to the first school I got into and just said, you know what, this one seems cool. And as for my major, how am I supposed to know what to do for the rest of my life at 18 years old?
Yeah.
So
Bro, for my first semester I didn't have a major, and then this semester I'm in art media design, but I'm gonna drop it next semester probably, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just here, bruh.
Just picked a major.
So like, this is why YouTube better work out for me, bro, because I got nothing else. I got no
and
other
also,
plans.
another
bro.
thing I definitely should have put thought into is how I was even gonna pay for this shit. In the United States, bro, this shit is an arm and a leg. It's so bad. Even my teachers talk about how trash the tuition is. Whether you're extremely enthusiastic about college or you just hate it altogether and you're just here for your degree, I think that this is something that we can all agree on. And if you're struggling to find a job
degree, but I'm not gonna lie, but C's get degrees, yo. Like, bro, you guys know when you go on Canvas and stuff like that, and you could type in your grades and like see how low you can get on a test to keep a C or something like that, bro. I'm a warrior at doing that, bro. Like, I do that shit so much, bro. I have a Spanish class. I don't even know how I'm doing. I have a 71% in that class, bro, and I don't know how. Like last week, we had 2 tests. In the first one, we had to write like a essay and like 2 paragraphs in Spanish, bro. And then the teacher, she knew I was fucking struggling and stuff. So after the class ended, she was like, "Do you need any extra help?" I was like, yeah. She was like, "All right, you can come to my office hours week. I'll walk you through it, and then we should be good." She walked me through it, and then I give her my paper back, bro. She looks at it, she's like, "Yeah, you tried your best." I'm like, damn, I'm an idiot, bro. But yo, I checked my grade yesterday for that, and I had to get an 85 out of 100. I have no idea how, bro. I think she just felt bad for me and just gave me a little boost, cause like she saw I was actually trying and shit. But like, I don't know, or maybe I actually just did it good as hell, and just like, nah, there's no way, cause I was writing some words down in English and stuff. And then on Friday we had another test. I knew I did ass on it, but as long as I get over a 45%, I'ma still have a C, so I'm chilling.
after you graduate. That just makes it even harder to pay off. And that's not even the craziest part. Some colleges will have the audacity, as soon as you walk across that stage, they will email you asking for donations. I didn't even finish paying my tuition yet. You gotta give me time to pay this shit off, dude. Then you get accepted, you pay your first semester, and then the day comes. You feel like Mike Wazowski running across that campus. The big leagues have officially called you. You're ready to go. You're at Harvard University. You open the door to your dorm room, and it looks like this. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. This is what Harvard dorm rooms look like.
Yeah, my dorm is nice, bro. I think we got lucky as hell, bro. Like, every dorm in here, there's like, they have your own bathroom, so like we don't have to walk across the hall and take a shower and shit. We don't all have to share one bathroom. But like, the way our room is set up, there's 3 rooms on each floor. Like, there's 2 girls' rooms and then a guy's room on this side. And the way it is, like, there's one main door that you get in, and then there's like 6 rooms inside the space, you know what I mean? So like, you walk in the main door, there's a room here, a room here, a room here, room here, room here, room here. And like, it depends on what room you got. You can either have 3 people in your room, 2 people, 4 people. I have 2 people, so like, I'm chilling, bro. It's normal, bro. Own bathroom, own shower, everything, bro. It's the greatest. But the toilets low-key suck ass, bro. Every single time you put 3 pieces of toilet paper down that shit after taking a shit, bro, it's clogging. So like, if you're taking a shit, you have to flush after like every 2 wipes and shit,
some shit
bro.
Out of Hogwarts.
It's so ass.
Apparently this is it. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. This is exactly what my dorm room looked like. Except I was in a 4-person room. Thank God, dude. So you gotta make something out of this dorm room. You rearrange it to make it look like your new home. Even though there's no space at all, you gotta make do with your living situation. And when you first get there, it's welcome week. So you're trying to make friends, get to know people in your building, and just get used to living there.
Our first week, bro, was actually insane. Oh my God. We got here at like the 20th or something like that. No, I think it was. No, it was. What's the 20th? No, I think it was the 22nd or something. I think we got here like the 22nd, and then first day of classes was like the 25th or something like that. Bro, that entire first week, we had like 15 bottles, bro. 15 bottles of out, and we fucked them all up in 1 week, bro. We were drinking like 2 a night, and then the last day just happened to be my birthday, bro. And then that's when we got caught by the RAs and shit. And then yeah. And then we just haven't been that close ever since. But that first week, bro, we were all like these, bro.
I'm really fond of the bathrooms or the food when I was there. The food was just kind of mid. I had a meal plan. I might as well make use of it. And the bathrooms were a community bath. I shared that shit with my entire floor. So when nobody...
Nah, see, I told you we got lucky, bro, because, like, every single room in here has their own bathroom, bro. So, like, there's 6 rooms, 6 bathrooms. But if you have a 4-person room, you got to share that shit with 4 different people, 3, you know. But I only have 2 people in here, so it's just me and my roommate. You can imagine and just how 2 people using that bathroom, bro.
There were some mornings where I opened the shower curtain, and I'm just like, I'm not doing this. I walked all the way to a different bathroom just to take a shower. So I dormed as a freshman, and I did not with it. So I decided not to live at the school the next year. But once you get comfortable and welcome week is over, it's time. You better prepare to sell your soul to this shit the entire semester. Okay, it's not that bad, but you get the point. Be prepared to work your ass off. I don't know how it is at anybody else's college watching this, but me, I can't skip days. I only have so many skips before I fail the class. And most teachers have an attendance policy. That was supposed to be me last semester,
bro. Like, I skipped so much class that, like, each one of my professors told me that they're gonna drop my grade because I missed too much class, and they just didn't drop my shit. And I got lucky. I should have had, like, last semester I should have had like 2 3Ds, 1 B and 1 C, but I ended up with 1 B, like 3 C's and 1 D or something like that. It was chill. And then the class I got a D in, she still gave me credit for it. So like I'm chilling. I don't give a fuck.
So I can't really get around it. I mean, it could be an all bark, no bite type of situation where they just want you to show up to class, but I'm not trying to risk it. I'm trying to just pass and be done. And of course, once you get to your classes, you'll realize the type of professors that you gotta deal with. And the worst type by far is the dude that just reads off the slides. You could have just posted the lecture and I would have done it myself.
That's what I'm telling you. This is why I'm telling you class is pointless, bro. Because I had so many professors that literally just read off the slides and don't add anything. And they make class mandatory, bro. And they get pissed off when you're not there. Like, bro, you're not giving me any valuable information that I needed to be here for. I had this one professor last semester, bro. It was for my speech class. It was like an hour and 15 minutes long, bro. You didn't have to go to that class unless you had a speech. That's how much she would just yap about nothing, bro. She would be talking about her kids' religion and shit. She would be talking about, I don't even remember what she was talking about. She would just be talking about nothing. There was one day, bro, she was talking about the vaccine for like 40 minutes, bro. Had nothing to do with the class, bro.
To pull up every single day if all they're gonna do is just read the slides. They don't even comment about what they're reading. They don't make jokes, nothing. They got me falling asleep even after a cup of coffee in the morning. But of course, another type of professor I run into commonly is teachers that just yap to fill up the entire block. If there's something that we absolutely do not need to hear about, why are you saying it? Like, it's fine if you occasionally get sidetracked, but if you go on a side tangent every 5 minutes, it just gets annoying. It's just filler. We don't need it. You don't have to hold us the entire time, bro. It's okay to let us out early once in a while. Everyone's gonna be hyped, bro. No one's gonna complain about it. And the worst part about it is, if it applied to me or if it was somewhat interesting to me, I would actually be paying attention. There are some classes where I feel like
they just be talking about fucking nothing, bro.
But there are some that are just bullshit filler classes. There's no reason that I should be doing a science lab. Like, I get it. Oh, you gotta be well-rounded and all that. But, dude, there's no way I'm ever going to be working in a laboratory. Like, I'm just not built for that shit, dude. But the next thing that I can say with certainty that pisses me off a lot, textbooks. Why are they so expensive? I just don't get it. There's no reason I should be forking over $500 for all my textbooks.
Bro, my Spanish textbook this year, that shit was like $130, bro. And I was in like, it was one of those textbooks like that you can't buy online because you had to buy the $130 one because that's where all the work and stuff is at on the online textbook. So you had to buy that shit for $130, bro. I thought it was gonna be cheap as hell because it was a Spanish textbook. I thought it was gonna be like $50 or some shit. No. I'm like, what the hell?
Show what textbook we need for the class. And at first, I try to see if I can get by without it. And if I can't, then I'll see the cheapest possible way I can get it. All that just for these textbooks to collect dust after the semester's over. And honestly, the physical books aren't even really that bad compared to McGraw-Hill. This website, this shit's ass. $200 for this. It's just straight up busy work. I remember the first time I opened up McGraw-Hill, my economics teacher gave me a homework assignment, and it was 140 questions. And in order to advance, I actually had to get them right. There's no way.
You know what the best type of like classes and like tests and stuff is, bro? It's when like the tests that are like on the textbook and stuff, and the teacher like gives you 5 chances per question, and there's only like 5 different options. So you just click every single one until you get it right, man. That shit's carried me through my Spanish class this year and my speech class last year. Cause like my Spanish class this year, you have 3 attempts like per question page or whatever. So in like most of the time, it's just like 2 different multiple choice options. So you just click the first one, and if it's wrong, it'll just disappear and go blank, so you just know to click the second one, bro. It's so easy.
All these concepts, or whatever they are gonna be on the test. So I don't understand why they're assigning all these questions. You're just giving out business.
I haven't like had an asshole
what's
professor
gonna be
yet.
on the test so we can practice it. So I feel like because of this, I'm just giving my brain a bunch of pointless information I'm not gonna need. Like, there was so much shit I could have been doing instead of that. I could have been working on a video, hanging out with my friends, hell, even doom scroll instead of this. But by the time you get to your exam, you think the teacher would sit down and think, do they have enough time to actually do this exam? But some teachers don't. They give you no time to actually do the damn thing. Like, if I'm sweating in front of my computer just spamming buttons, does it look like I have enough time to actually do this thing? In my last semester, there was one class where I had to literally buzzer beater submit my exams and just hope for the best. Or you'll just see the most unfamiliar shit ever that you didn't even go over in class at all. Either I was just not paying attention and just being an idiot, or they never even went over this shit. And the scariest part about it is when the exams are worth so much of your grade that if you do not pass them, you're In that same class, I had no time. The exams were 90% of my grade. Unless
I'm so happy I haven't had an exam like this yet because it's only my first year. So yeah, but I've failed. I don't think I've passed a single exam. Actually, that's cap. I passed like one or two. I've got like a 85 and like a I don't know. I did pretty good on some of my history exams last semester. I got like a 88, 83 or some shit. And I haven't passed one since until I got to the Spanish one where I got an 85. I don't know how I did it, but I don't think I passed a single one. I got a 52 out of 100 on the first one. But yeah, I haven't really had much exams yet.
just say I studied the most I've ever studied in my whole life. But that's only happened a couple times, though. It really depends on the professor you get. This could not be a college video
and I had a
without
speech
talking about
too,
midterms
and I got like a
finals. Now,
50 out of 100 on the
just
speech
the
too.
You know, it's not so bad, but it's still pretty bad. You get hit with a bunch of tests at once, so it's kind of annoying to deal with. But it's somewhat manageable if you start doing your shit early. But bro, I don't know what it is about that last 2 weeks of the semester. I'm always sitting there with like 7 missing assignments and 1 week left to do all of them. And these aren't like assignments that I could just
No, but you know what's crazy though about like missing assignments and shit like that, bro? Most of the assignments I get in class are just easy as hell. You just don't want to do them. Like, I was told that college was gonna be hard as hell, but nah, it's just low-key light. I just don't do shit. I just procrastinate and I'm lazy and I do the bare minimum.
They think for whatever reason that nobody else is handing out work during these periods. So they're just like, yeah, you know what? Let me hand out more work than I normally do. I swear to God, bro, some professors don't even remember that we have 4 other classes to deal with. You got all of these assignments and you got final exams coming up the next week. Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like I do terrible on the exams or anything. I usually do pretty solid on them. I don't try hard or anything, but I feel like I'm doing just enough to get by. I try, but not too hard. And now, one thing that I definitely want to answer,
as long as I get a 70, I'm chilling.
A lot of you are probably asking, yo, weren't you doing YouTube full time, bro? Why did you go back to school? What happened, man? I thought you were this college dropout, risk taker. I fell the fuck up. Okay, I'm just kidding. In all seriousness, though, I was a junior. I was more than halfway done. I spent a lot of my money on school, so might as well just get the piece of paper and dip. And plus, I get content from life experiences. I can't do this by myself. I gotta summon my brother, the duck, to hop on the video.
So Birdie had to get me on here to talk about some presentations. Now, the grading is pretty easy on some presentations.
I hate presentations and speeches
but I'll be
and shit,
lying
bro.
if I said
this
was
was
all
one speech I gave, bro. It was about like I told y'all, like, when we got caught first week with the elk and shit, I gave a speech about that, and it was the worst speech ever. But that was the speech I got, like, a 50 out of 100 on. Like, we were supposed to go up there and speak for, like, 5+ minutes, and I was up there for about 2.5, if that. And then we had another speech later in that year. I was supposed to be up there for, like, 6 minutes. It was like 6 to 8 minutes. I think I was up there for like 5.5, so I did that one a little bit better. And I turned that speech in like 2-3 weeks late, and she still gave me a 75 out of 100 on it.
Now, it could be because I tweak up there. The minute I hear my voice echoing throughout the room, and me being the only one speaking, all eyes on me, that shit just gets me nervous as I don't even try to look at the classroom or nothing like that. Do the little hand gestures. I just read the slide and look at the teacher. That's it. I don't do that unless I'm comfortable with the topic. But most of the time when you're assigned a presentation, it's never things you want to talk about. You gotta be an expert on some bullshit for the next 5 to 10 minutes. And I've had some disastrous presentations on things I don't know what I'm talking about. I fold immediately when I don't know something. And especially when I get interrupted during a presentation. You can consider me out for the count. There was one time a teacher interrupted me and tried to crack a joke, tried to make a class laugh, clown on me and my group members. But bro, just let me finish the presentation. Is it that difficult? That shit genuinely felt like a humiliation ritual. I mean, it helped a little bit that I knew most of the people in the class, but still. And there were plenty of others where I couldn't answer a certain question or whatever it was. You know how that goes. Parties. Now, at least I could be a lot more positive in this segment. Who doesn't love a party? So far, some of them I've been...
This is like one thing in college that I haven't done yet. I don't plan on doing it anytime soon, bro. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm the type of dude that does not fuck with parties, bro. Like, I don't fuck with having all them people around me and like doing dumb shit. Like, if I want to get fucked up and shit, I'd rather just get fucked up with a couple of my homies and just chill. You know what I mean? I don't need to be at a party doing dumb shit. You know, like I don't really go out. Like for the most part, I'm really just chilling at the dorm or at the gym or some shit. Like I don't really be doing shit. And like people call me boring and ass for it. Not ass, but like people call me boring and shit for it. I'm like, bro, that's just me. I don't like going out. Like I have a homie that tried to get me to go out with him. I'm like, bro, nah, I'm chilling, bro. He always tries to get me to go to like parties and shit with him. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm good. I'm cool, bro. And like I don't fuck with parties unless I know people at the party. You know what I mean? I've been to a couple parties in my life and I've only had fun at like one of them because I knew like basically everyone at the party, bro. It was actually a really fun day. But other than that, nah, this shit just ain't for me, bro.
Two been good, and others I've literally had a square foot of space. It
Like
was
that,
really
it's too
close.
much, bro. It's just too and they're all drunk, sweaty, and they probably smelling shit, bro. And you know, no, I don't fuck with that shit, bro.
A mosh pit in there. And there were even points during the night where I was close to the wall because there was no space at all. And all the times I've been, the aux has been fired. And now the only reason I was even able to get into that square foot of space was because I rushed a frat. Yeah, I rushed. I rushed a frat. So yeah, me and Birdie rushed a frat, and it went horrendous. We didn't get in, but at least we got into a party right before we got rejected. Okay, look, I didn't have to do anything crazy before you sit there and say I was doing humiliation rituals in the basement of a frat house with random condiments
like
all over
3
me. Now,
people in
trust
a
me,
frat
I would have
in
been
my-
out
in
of
my
there. Some
pod.
bullshit like that.
One of them's actually
I'm
really cool. It's
definitely
one of
gonna
my
get
closest
cooked for
friends.
saying I rushed a
The
frat.
GOAT.
I could have done anything else on campus, but I chose that.
And of course, in some
Like,
classes,
if you saw him, you would
definitely
not
have to
even think
keep
he's
in
a frat
mind
dude.
That there will be group projects. And now group projects aren't all that bad. You get to work with a group. It makes it a little easier. And the main problem with group projects is, one, most of the time, they want you to do them outside of class entirely. And two, depending on who you get in your group, you could be putting the whole group on your back. Doing the whole thing by yourself, one of the top 10 worst human experiences I would not wish on my worst enemy. This shit really is Russian roulette, but for your grade. And for the most part, in group projects, I've been pretty good. Everybody contributed equally. We all got good grades, and that was it. But there were times where I've had people in my groups that were just a bum. Like, how did they even make it this far into college? I don't get it. Like, they might have just got carried their whole career. And I'm not even kidding, bro. This dude that I was in a group with straight up copied and pasted ChatGPT. Like, he couldn't even rewrite what the AI said.
Bro, I hate
He
people
just
that do that
copied
shit.
and pasted the entire
Like, I use
paragraph that it gave
ChatGPT.
it.
Like,
And
I'm not gonna
because
sit here
he
and say I
did
don't,
that,
but
we
like, I'll
all
type
would've-
in. Like, if I'm writing an essay or something, I'll copy and paste what I have for my essay so far, and then I'll just ask ChatGPT. I'll be like, can you add a little bit more into like, can you add a little bit more in? And then I'll just like see what they wrote and just like write my own thing based off of that idea. You feel me? So it's not even really cheating, but it's just like getting an idea and using a
failed
sample.
the
You know what I
project
mean?
if I didn't catch it. And we also would have got suspended. At this point, everybody uses AI to help them with their schoolwork, but at the same time, you can't let AI just do everything for you. Speaking of AI, I could not go the whole video without talking about this. What sucks is somebody could write a whole paper without using AI at all, and they will get falsely accused of using AI. That has got to be the worst feeling as a college student. Because what do you even do? Like, they're basically insulting your writing, for one. And two, they're possibly giving you a 0 on that assignment. So even if I don't use AI at all, I'm still always running my shit through AI checkers to make sure that nothing that I wrote sounds robotic. But yeah, we really are in a weird time.
Deadass, but AI checkers be coming in clutch, bro. Like, people that use AI, and then get caught, bro, you guys have to be some of the assest people of all time, because like all you have to do is use the AI and shit, put it into like 3 different AI checks, and you'll be chilling. Make sure it's like just make sure it's not a big ass number. If it's like 8% or some shit, you're fine, bro. But other than that was a good video from Birdie, bro. Make sure you check out Birdie and the Duck, bro. I'm gonna leave them down below for this vid. But yeah, other than that, and you know, check me out on TikTok and YouTube too. I'm gonna leave all my shit down below. Other than that though, make sure y'all always remember hard work pays off, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.